Neen Abanujiug, it's time for Wednesday math. So we're gonna do a quick little review. And the review is gonna be a quick one on our favorite equal sign again. So remember, the equal sign is kind of like a grown-up who wants to make sure that everything that happens over here is the same as what happens over here. Okay? So if this person ends up with 4 cookies, we know that over here, eventually, this person must also end up with 4 cookies, because that would be the same. 4 is the same as 4. So it's got to be the same. It has to be equal. Both sides have to have the same amount. And if we know that's true, I want you to take a look at this problem. Okay, I'm going to give you a mystery number. Plus 4 equals 7. So the first thing we have to think about is, well, on this side of the equal sign, do we have all the information we need? Do we know all the numbers? Ooh, we don't, do we? We know 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we know about that side of the equal sign. But on the other side, if you look at this, do we have all the information that we need from that side? I was like, well, yeah, we totally do. We can see the 7. It's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that because we have 7 over here, we're going to need that same amount over here. But we don't have that, do we? So far, we only have 4. And one of our favorite methods that we like to use was to grab and count on. So if we're going to grab over here, we're grabbing 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know we're going to count up. We're going to count up to, how many do you remember? 7. We're going to count up to 7 because that's what was over here. And we know we're going to need that over here. So let's start with counting on from 4. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that this mystery number that we had is going to be what, everybody? 3, 1, 2, 3, because that's how many we drew when we counted on. So now we know it's 3 plus 4 equals 7. So, nice job. Let's do one more review of the equal sign. Okay, so I'm going to give you another mystery number first. So mystery number plus 2 is the same as 9. Okay? So if we look at this side of the equal sign, do we have all the information we need? No, we don't, do we? We have this mystery number, and we really don't know what that is yet. All we really know for sure is 2. So we're missing some information. But if you look at the other side of the equal sign, do we have all the information we need for that side? We sure do. It's right there. It's 9. And so I'm just going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I like doing a 5 group and then another 5 group. It's easier for my brain to do the math quickly. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, look at that. Got it like a 10 frame. Some of you might have just said, oh, well, I know that 9 is 1 less than 10. So however you wanted to think about it, perfectly okay. All right, so if we have 9 cookies on this side, we know on the other side of the equal sign we're going to need what? Eventually 9 cookies also, because both sides have to be the same. They have to be equal. But right now we only have how many on this side of the equal sign? So far just 2. So let's do our favorite method. We're going to grab and count on. So there's it, 2, and let's count on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we have it. So how many more did we have to count on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our mystery number is 7. So now if you read the equation, it is 7 plus 2 is the same as 9. Nice job. So it does not matter if the mystery number is here. Oops, sorry about that. Or if the mystery number had been second. That does not matter. It's a flip-flop. Oops, sorry, that should not be a 7, that should be 9. Okay, now it is a flip-flop, my goodness. Gawin onjida. I apologize, that was not on purpose. Nin wanichigewen, my bad. But alright, that's enough of a review. Let's move on, shall we? So yesterday we were doing word problems with subtraction, okay? So we are going to do some more of that. So I have some sample problems for you, and then I have a challenge question that you can see if you can figure out all by yourself. All right, but the first ones we'll do as a team, as always. So I wrote 2 of them down to tell you. I hope you like this stories. All right, so here we go. Here's your first story. And remember, the format that we're using to tell these stories, it's going to be read. I'll read the story to you. Then we're going to draw what that story looks like. And then we're going to write the equation using the numbers and the minus sign and the equal sign. Okay? All right, so we'll start with the reading part of the story right up here. Reading always comes first. So there were 8 ladybugs on a branch. So there's 8 ladybugs, okay? 8 ladybugs on this branch, just kind of crawling around. Then some more came later. So some more ladybugs came. In the end, there were 15 ladybugs in all on that branch. Okay? So there were 8 ladybugs on a branch. Some more ladybugs came. In the end, there were 15 ladybugs in all. All right, so we know from what I said, there were how many ladybugs on the branch? 8. So there were 8 little ladybugs. Okay? And then some more came. We don't know how many, but it was more ladybugs. Okay? And then in the very end, it said there were 15 in all. So 15 in all. So far we know the number is 8 and we know the number 15. Let's start drawing. Okay. So we know that it was a branch. I'm actually going to just draw that real quick because a branch is not too tricky to draw. There we go. And it said there were 8 of them. Yeah? Okay. Well, actually, we could start with the biggest number because we tend to do that, don't we? Either way, let's start with the 15 in all because that's easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you know me, I like my 5 groups. So another group of 5, and I know that 5 and 5 is 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ladybugs in all. There we go. So there's my branch, and there are my 15 in all. Ooh, but I gotta pay attention to this number, 8. So which ladybugs were there first? Okay. So I think to help me keep track of which ones that were, I'm just going to kind of cross them off as I go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now that I have those ones crossed off, I know that there were some left. So these 2 are left, and then this group over here is left. So these ones were not the ones that were there first. The red ones that I crossed off were there first. So let's see, how many do we have that I did not have to cross off? So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, check it out, check it out. So that goes here, doesn't it? The mystery number is a mystery no more. And now that we know for sure, we can write out. So nice job on the drawing part. That's all done. I read to you, we figured out numbers we needed and didn't have. We drew a picture of the story, and now we can write the equation. So now we know that because there were 15 in all, it's 15 minus the number that we knew, which was 8. 8 ladybugs were there first. And when we crossed off those 8, we ended up with 7 left over. So our mystery number was 7. All right. You ready for the next one? Here we go. We were reading some books together in first grade. We read 5 books about eagles. So here's me doing the reading part. You're going to help me out with the drawing and then the writing of the equation. So, in the books that we read, 5 of them were about eagles. And then there were some books about turtles, because we were doing our grandfather teachings. In all, we read 13 books together. So how many of those books were about turtles? Okay, I'll tell you one more time. We read 5 books about eagles, and then we read some books about turtles, and in all, we read 13 books. Okay? So in the reading, do you remember the numbers I gave you? How many of those books were about eagles? What was that first number? It was 5. So there were 5 books about eagles. Just put an E. And then we read some books about another animal. Turtles. But we don't know how many. That was their mystery. But we do know that in all, 4 books that we read together, there's my book. Do you remember how many in all? 13. So we know we read 13 books. 5 of them were about eagles. We don't know how many were about turtles. So let's start drawing. Let's start with our biggest number, since we're subtracting. So we're going to need to take some away. So we'll start with 13. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I am going to use circles because those are easy to draw. I'm not drawing squares for books. So here we go. So there are my 13 books. And then we said 5 of them were about eagles. So I'm actually just going to cross those off. I could write a little E in there, but I don't want to get too complicated. So let's just say eagles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books about eagles. Ooh, so that means everything that's left over must be turtles. Mystery number. All right, let's see how many were about turtles. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, get right out of town. Our mystery number is 8. How about that? So if we're writing out the equation, remember what we did. We drew our 13 books and we crossed some off. So we took away, we minused, we subtracted 5 eagle books to give us how many turtle books? 8 of them. Nice job. So, challenge time for you. This is a problem I would like you to try on your very own, and then you can submit it to me on Seesaw, okay? Then it's going to be the same format. I'm going to read it to you. Then you are going to draw a picture of that story that I read to you, and then you are going to write the equation. And remember, an equation is going to have numbers. We're solving for that mystery number, and it's going to be a subtraction problem, just like all the rest, all right? So here's your story. I'm going to read it to you real quick. In first grade, we have some friends who walk to school instead of taking the bus. Now there are 18 first graders in all. 18 first graders. So if 11 first graders end up taking the bus, how many of them must be walking to school? I'll help get you started, okay? So we said there were 18 first graders. Okay, we said 18 kids. And then we said some of them are walkers. Here's W for walk. And then we said 11 kids take the bus. So here's 11 of them. And we know that they come in, what? A school bus. So 18, and mystery number, and 11. I want you to do your own drawing and your own crossing off. Okay, here's your challenge. Good luck with your Wednesday math problem. And I'll see you in another video again.
real soon. Giga Wabba Mininim.